This is Should I Watch It Blu Ray? I'm Jason Cockroft.
I'm Jack Steptoe.
And today we're reviewing Spectre.
This guy, right?
Yeah, this guy. So, first of all, what's it about?
Oh, well, basically it's a normal James Bond film. It's very hard to describe what it's about.
That's true, it is hard to describe. It's kind of James Bond trying to sort of avenge M and find out the root cause of all the enemies that he's fought over the last 3 films previously to this.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the government are trying to shut down MI5, aren't they? Or something?
Yeah, basically the 007 scheme is just going to be completely shut down, and he's kind of trying to revenge, like you said, M and himself at the same time.
Yeah.
To prove that the scheme needs to go on.
Yeah. He's kind of a bit more of a rogue agent in this one, isn't he? Like, he's off doing his own thing. He's not really being told what to do.
Yeah. He's kind of cheating his own organisation.
Yeah, he is kind of in a way. Like, he's not out there because he's told to do it. He's out there because this is what he believes in.
And should I watch it?
The most important part of the video. I say yes. You should watch it, especially if you like James Bond films. If you like action films, it's a little bit slower than the other James Bond films. I know even Casino Royale and Skyfall, my 2 favourite James Bond films, did have their quiet moments, but I felt like the quiet moments in Spectre are a lot more painful, especially watching it the second time. But it's got everything there, hasn't it, that the James Bond
Yeah.
you want.
You can tell it's a James Bond film, can't you?
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would say yes as well. I mean, the characters are good, especially Daniel Craig, who does the part well, as always. Yeah, I mean, the cars I love.
Yeah, great cars.
Can't be a good old Aston Martin, can you?
Yeah.
Especially a new one as well.
That new car is incredible. Yeah, I've...
Gifted from God himself. It is a good film. Like I said, you can pick holes in it probably all the way through it maybe, but it still doesn't take away the James Bond-esque from it.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we've said it time and time again, but it feels like James Bond. It is definitely a James Bond film. Sam Mendes again, as he's done well with all the James Bond films that he's done so far, really. Right, it's got action, it's got a couple of laughs, a surprising little laughs in it, probably less than the other James Bond films actually, but it has got some pretty good laughs in it occasionally. You got not particularly strong characters, not very good car chases, some good action scenes. When they happen, the action scenes are actually brilliant.
Okay, and ratings.
Okay, I really stuck with this one, what to give it as a rating. It's either a high 7 or a low 8. I'm going to be generous and give it an 8, 8.0.
Fair enough. Like you, I'm really stuck on it. I mean, it was better than Martian, I would say. But you could pick holes in it, which was probably a worse point than any of the Martian, things. So
yeah, you couldn't really pick any holes in Martian, really.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm probably going to give this a 6.6, only one up from...
Really?
Yeah, from the Martian.
Wow, you shocked me.
Yeah, I mean, I love James Bond, but this just doesn't cut it for me. Yeah, the reasons I give this 6.6, only one up from The Martian, is just basically because, like I said, I love James Bond films, but you can pick holes in it.
Yeah.
It's just not, it doesn't cut it enough for me for a James Bond film. I mean, they could have made it a lot shorter.
Yeah,
which
that's
would have
true.
been better. And also, they could have made it a lot more action-packed.
Yeah, I also thought that as well. I thought there could have been more action scenes in this, definitely, and they could have done with cutting. I don't think the pacing was quite there either. Like they could have done with cutting some of those sort of quiet moments, as it were, in with more action scenes every now and then, and a bit more guns as well. I'm surprised how few gunfighting scenes there wasn't. For James Bond, who's licensed to kill with his guns, you kind of expect a bit more of that, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
It's missing gadgets more than anything, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there is some great action scenes, and some of the investigating scenes are kind of okay, but I just thought overall, as a story, it's not very interesting. Like, the James Bondy bits and the actiony bits are quite good, but when he's kind of investigating into what Spectre is and what the whole point of it is and all the rest of it, it's it's not very interesting. That's my main negative to this film.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, as always, scenery's awesome in this.
Yeah.
A lot of explosions.
Decent explosions as well.
Yeah. But there is lots, and I mean lots of points where you can pick holes in this film.
I completely with you on that one. Even the first time watching this at the cinema, I spent half the film picking parts in like having ridiculous aim from the hip at like 50 feet and like things like that. Like I don't mind a little bit of fantastical shooting. I love that, like Kingsman, like, you know, but at least it's close range in Kingsman. They're shooting at very fast speed and hitting everyone in the head, but at least it's from no more than 10 feet away.
Yeah.
When you're shooting a windscreen of a plane from outside the window of a car with a handgun at about 100 feet, you kind of start to think, really?
Yeah. I mean, it just lacks certain things that James Bond films always have in, like the car chases. It's not enough for me, this film.
Agreed.
So it could have been a hell of a lot more. But
yeah, I found the only car chase was just a bit weak.
Yep.
Would you agree?
Yeah, totally.
That's what we think about the characters.
Well, Daniel Craig's always been a favourite.
Yeah, in my opinion, Daniel Craig's the best James Bond ever. That's controversial. But I've never been a big fan of James Bond films. I only really started liking them when he came into them. Like Casino Royale completely changed my opinion on James Bond.
I love Batista in this.
Batista, who some of you may know as a wrestler, has now recently been in lots of films, and he's quite good at it, really.
Yeah.
He's not really an actor, but he's a bit like an Arnold Schwarzenegger, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's a good actor, but he looks the part and he acts the part, basically.
Yeah, he's not a strong part, but he does kind of pack a punch, as his character does as well.
Yeah, and he's menacing, isn't he? He's like a more menacing character, whereas Christoph Waltz's villain is a bit more of a grounded yet mental, sort of the thinker and brains behind it, whereas Batista's kind of the smash it with a rock kind of guy.
Yeah.
And as for the other good characters, Q is underused because I love Q. Q's brilliant in both this and Skyfall.
Q in this one I really, really like.
Yeah.
Grown to like him a lot in this. Yeah, I mean, going back to the Day of the Dead scene, I'm not one to pick out costumes or anything like that in the film, but this is one where it's like just stands out so well.
Yeah,
so nice.
Yeah, the suit is amazing. The mask's amazing. I think he's got like a tie that you can't tell it's a tie because it looks like it looks like a spine or something. But it's so effective. Like I'm the same. I'm not really one for picking out camera angles and clothing and all that kind of thing, but it deserves a mention, definitely.
Yeah. Right, and we have been. Should I watch it?
Yes. Please subscribe, like, share. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. Just please get us out there. Subscribe if you want to see more videos, and we'll try and get as many videos up as we can. Bye.